Hello all and welcome back to the channel. After a 3-month hiatus, I am back on YouTube. Apologies I haven't been uploading. We've been really busy here and things have been hectic at home with the new baby as well. She's keeping us on our toes. So, small bit of laziness, small bit of not prioritising YouTube because I had other things to focus on that were more important. But anyway, I'm back and there's been a lot going on here the last few months, so we'll get straight into it. I've got a new iPhone and I've been mad to put it to use. It's got like 8K video on it, 120 frames per second. The camera is savage on it. So I've been eager to put it to the test and start doing YouTubes with it. Not car sales related, but a sales related story. When I was going to buy the phone, I knew exactly what I wanted. And I went to my previous phone provider. I went into the shop, I said, look lads, this is what I'm looking for. Can you get me one? And the sales guy, instead of saying, no, we don't actually have that stock in right now, it'll be a few weeks, a couple of months, whatever. He tried to push me into the previous model iPhone, which I knew I didn't want. And I told him 2 or 3 times, said, no, I'm looking for the 17 Pro Max. I want it because for taking content for the business. And his attitude was like, you don't need that. You're not a professional photographer. You really be buying a 16 Pro Max. And I just goes, look lad, if you can't get me a 17 Pro Max, just let me know and I'll walk out the store. And he said, fine, we can't get one. If he was straight with me and said, look, Jack, I won't be able to get you one till after Christmas. They're on back order. We're not getting much stock. I would have been so happy to wait because I've been with that provider for years and they've been fine. There's been no bother. But instead, he tried to take a big piss in my pocket and then tell me it was raining. So he lost all credibility with me. His attitude and the way he went about it was all wrong. He was not straight with me. Now, I understand he's a salesman, he's trying to do his job, he's trying to nail the sale on the day, and I totally get that. I respect that, that's fine, I'm a salesman myself. But I don't think he went about it the right way, especially when I don't have dope written across my forehead, and I was very stern with him 2 or 3 times, telling him exactly what I wanted. He still didn't get the picture and tried to press me into a deal that day on the previous iPhone. Anyway, a little bit of a rant. Moral of the story, don't be a shitty salesman. Be straight, be honest. You'll get further in the long run. Right, so just show you some of the stock we have at the moment. Low mileage, 520D, going through the photos at the moment. Only 111 kilometers on that. Mediterranean blue, lovely car. Bought this off a local lady I know. 211 black edition, Audi A3. That's only got 57,000 kilometers. S-Line. Nice stock here at the moment. We have some smaller cars in the corner here. That A3 was sold on Saturday to a repeat customer of mine. Lovely people that are local. 1 Series, good bit of interest in that. Another 1 Series. Still have the C-Class. A deal being done on that touring at the moment. We've sold about 4 or 5 of these tourings in the last couple of months. These are really, really popular. And I think people are actually more drawn to these than the normal saloons. I like them myself. Bit of a dad mobile. I think they're class. This is hot property. This is a lovely A3. We do have it quite a while, but probably priced too strong from the get-go. A lot of inquiries on it now. Still have the A7. This car is in stock about 7 months now, and we dropped the price again today. Someone please come in and buy it. Sold to a previous customer. Lovely car. Them 3 Series are going so well for us. We've a lovely X-Drive 4 Series, Tiguan. We have a couple of these LCI 5 Series in. This is a 530E. She's getting a little charge up. The horses are thirsty for kilowatts today. These are a cracking car. Not gone through valeting or anything yet. Had to turn the camera around to give you a proper look at this. It's a Fisto Grey, one of my favourite colours. Upgraded alloys. Like, they are a nice upgrade compared to the pre-LCI. They really, really are. I do love them. Bigger blue brake calipers, ivory leather interior. We have another black sapphire one going through prep at the moment. Yeah, Very impressed with that now. So sales wise, the last 4 months, they've been absolutely fantastic. It's the first time we've consolidated 4 consecutive months of strong sales and strong profits. For the first year, you'd have 1 good month, then you'd have 1 bad month, because you'd sell all your stock and you'd be trying to recoup, and then you'd spend half the month buying and you wouldn't be selling, and it was just very hard to string 2 good months together. Then after a year, you might get 2 good months, 1 bad month, 2 good months, 2 bad months, 3 good months, 2 bad months, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's great. It's like a turning point, feels like a turning point in the business, where we're in a position now where we have a good, even at our lowest, we still have a decent level of stock. I have good contacts in the trade. I have good social media following now for buying stock off the private market. So it's all coming together a lot easier, and things are just really, really steady, and we feel in a very strong position. One issue that we are having, and I don't know if you can even call it an issue, it seems to be the norm, but the Japanese imports. So there was a batch of cars I bought in August. I thought that they were going to be here at the start of November. That's the usual time frame. So I kept bidding on more cars for the few weeks after for December. It turns out the batch in August were booked on a boat that was cancelled. So the August batch and the September batch that were bought were all supposed to be coming in December. So my hand was forced, because we don't have the room to house 20 cars on top of what we already have here in the forecourt. So we were forced to expand, and I'm really excited about it. We're renting out a second premises just about a 4-minute walk up the road, right beside the Apple Green garage. Loads of road frontage, massive amount of pass and trade. So we'll put some signage there, and it'll be an overflow spot for us. We'll probably have a few advertised there, but for the most part, it'll be cars waiting to go through prep and trade cars, and it'll free up a lot of space here. Buzzing for that. I'll do a full video on it going forward. But to add to the misery of the logistical nightmare for the Jap imports, all those 20 cars that were meant to arrive in December, I only got notified a few days ago that that ship has also been delayed, and now they're not coming till halfway through January. So I was thinking, look, at least we'll have the cars here in December prepped for January, and January is going to be unbelievable, but we're not going to. So we have a lot of money tied up in Japan, a lot of money that we need to keep in the bank account for when they land, just in case we have a quiet period. That's on top of the big safety net, big-ish safety net that I like to have, just to play it safe and cover my arse if we do have a slow month and for VAT bills and stuff like that. So you're talking a lot of money. You're talking a couple of $100 grand tied up just in safety net and money waiting for cars to come from Japan. So logistically it's a nightmare, cash flow wise it's a nightmare, but look, what can we do? I do love the Jap imports. They're fantastic. When we get them in, they're super clean. Our customers love them, and they sell really, really fast. So look, it's the pros and cons to doing business. I missed out on the pre-Brexit days when you could go on BCA, get a high-spec, low-mileage car, pay for it, have it shipped within a week, have it VRT'd, have it sold within the week after. Now we're looking at a 6-month wait time from the purchase to the selling of the car. It's crazy. A lot can change in 5 or 6 months. Some cars could tank in value. You could have a lot of money out at sea. Next thing, a worldwide recession hits, and that stock is worth half what it was a couple of months before, like in 2008. I don't think that's going to happen, by the way. But prices have been dropping over the last while. A lot of the hybrid BMWs, a lot of hybrid cars in general, they're going down in value. Some BMWs are going down in value. Maybe I'm just noticing the BMWs and the hybrids because it's what I'm selling. I'm sure other makes and models are going down as well. It seems to be a full market correction. So, and to add to that, I'm also paying about, I'd say, between all your tax and everything is paid, probably €1,000, €1,200 more. For example, a 2016 3 Series, to what I was paying 6 months ago. And that 2016 3 Series is also worth £1,000 less here right now, never mind in 6 months' time, to what it was when I was buying them 6 months ago. So it's a double whammy. The prices in Japan are going up, the prices here are going down, our margins are getting thinner and thinner and thinner. There's cars coming in this batch that I will not do well on, but look, that's the name of the game, you can't win them all. So our social media marketing has been going really well. Just doing a lot of the usual, giving out some information, stuff about how the business works, like VAT, margin scheme, and VAT qualifying, and VRT, touching on the Jap imports a lot, and it's getting great traction. Facebook is really after taking off. I never had a Facebook account, and well, not in years, and I had very low followers compared to my Instagram because I had a few friends on Instagram. So that got off to a bit of a better momentum at the start. But now my Facebook has overtaken my Instagram. We're consistently getting 40, 50, over 100,000 views on TikTok. So getting a great reach there. We have over 12,000 TikTok followers now. And look, it's not about the followers. I don't care about followers. It's about the reach that we're getting and the amount of people seeing our stock. So it's working really well. An interesting one. I have had 4 other dealers in the last 5 or 6 weeks and 1 other trader to add to that. So we'll say 5 other business owners in the motor trade contact me and give out to me for the content I'm putting up on social media. They do not like how informative I am. They think it's going to affect their business. One lad was saying, "What are you doing talking about margins? So people are going to see this and come into me and they're going to want a discount." And I was just thinking, lad, if you're worried about what some dealer in South Tipperary is putting up in their social media affecting your business, you have a lot more to be worried about. Of course, I went onto his Google page and he doesn't open his doors till 10:30 every morning. So I would say that is something that he could work to improve on rather than worrying about what I'm doing. Another guy, I won't say where he's from or whatever, but he's been in business since 2013, contacted me off his business page on my Instagram, trying to give me hardship, saying I'm not living in the real world and he focuses on the buying and the selling of cars. And I was just like, yeah, all right, come on. I didn't ask you, but come on. And making out that he knows what he's doing. He's been in business since 2013. I went on to his website and I have a higher stock value than him. So again, another fella that should not be worried about what I'm doing and should be concentrating on his own business. It's crazy. It's absolutely shameless that people will write this kind of stuff off their own business page. But anyway, I won't worry too much about them. I just found it very interesting. Social media going well. Trying my best to stay consistent there and getting a lot of inquiries from it. That's the main thing. So the only thing that's really gone downhill over the last few months for us is the finance penetration. At one stage, about 70% of people were part financing. The usual average over the course of the year would be around the 50% mark. And that might still be the case, but the last couple of months it's gone down to around the 25-30% mark. We are not focused on finance commission. We missed out on the good times for the dealers, the bad times for the customers. Before the CCPC brought in regulations to cut out all the messing that was going on, it used to be a big business. A lot of the car supermarkets that would have several hundred cars in stock, their main goal was to sell the car cheap and upsell the finance. You could get thousands out of a finance deal back in the day. You'd often make more on the finance commission than you would the actual profit in the car. But the CCP put a stop to all that. Pretty much it's the same rate the whole way around, and it's to provide a bit of fairness to customers. So yeah, that's gone downhill. We lose a few €100 a month over it, so not the end of the world. I'm sure it'll probably come back up. Why has it gone back down? I don't know. Maybe people have more cash to spend. Maybe it's because a lot of the Japanese imports they're bringing in are 2015, 2016. They're kind of cars that are a little bit cheaper, a little bit handier in the pocket. Maybe people will just get a top up on their credit union loan, or they'd have the cash there to buy it outright. I don't really know, but it's just a trend worth noticing at the same time. So that is all the crack for today. Going forward, I'm going to be a little bit hastier, a little bit more gung-ho, just to try and get the videos up, because I was really struggling the last couple of months and I was disappointed in it. I enjoy doing the YouTubes. Just the recording, the editing, it takes so long. I might look into getting someone freelance editor or something like that. I was chatting to a guy in Dungarvan. I need to send him on a few bits. But like, even downloading the website to transfer the files, to keep the quality, I don't know how to do all that. I don't know if I have time to figure it out either. So it's nearly easier just for me to do a quick video, do a quick simple edit and throw it up on the MacBook, on the CapCut. But anyway, thanks for watching. I will hopefully do another video in the next couple of weeks. I'll show you the new yard very shortly and I'll let you know how the month of December goes. Thanks for watching.